So who's your favorite, Bert or Ernie? For me, it's Ernie because he's super into rubber ducks. Hi, I'm Mrs. Soap and Clay. Let's make stuff. How's it going, Sudsers? Welcome back to Soap and Clay, where we make all the soapy things. You are here for another round of 365 days of soap, and today we're going to watch Georgia May make a soap from the soap dough she made in yesterday's video. Now, at the end of yesterday's video, you saw that she actually made these cute little rubber ducks, and isn't that the cutest thing ever? And today we're going to watch her design the actual bar that the rubber ducks and the bubbles will go into. And, you know, that's going to be awesome. And the most awesome thing about it is that I did not make this. So I get to sit back and again, ooh and ah along with the rest of you. So let's go check it out. So just a quick recap for anybody who did not tune in to the making of the soap dough. We are putting these little guys in soap dough today. Isn't that adorable? Yeah, and by we, I mean Georgia May. Oh, this is kind of weird. It's such a short video, but so much work actually goes into the making of the soap because you have to make the soap dough, which, you know, we showed you yesterday, and you have to create the rubber ducks, which we also showed you before, and then the designing of the actual bar that it goes into and the pouring of the things, for sure, like that doesn't take nearly as much time, but in total this is like a 2-3 day pour. A lot goes into it, so it's kind of shocking that it ends up being such a short video just to show the soap dough going into the soap itself. But what Georgia May is doing right now is she is looking for emulsification, and that is it. She's not going to soap past emulsification because she wants to keep the batter nice and fluid, as she will be doing an in-the-pot swirl with looks like 3 colors there on the left. We have 3 different shades of blue, which is super awesome. So now she's going to separate out the 3 different colors, and she will put the scent blend into each container along with the colors. And the kale and clay has been mixed into the scent this time around, and that's awesome. And the scent itself for this is peppermint mixed with like this really cool oceany blend that we have that is absolutely delightful. If you are familiar with the Clean Joy, the Greyjoy bar from the Game of Soaps line, it's that plus peppermint, and it is delightful. It's bright and fun and beachy and clean and just everything you would want, you know, a rubber duck soap to smell like, really. So she picked that. She actually blended that, and it was a slam dunk blend as far as I'm concerned. So yeah, good job, Georgia May. And yeah, the mixing of the things and the batter is still very fluid. It looks absolutely beautiful. This is my favorite type of batter to work with because it's not, you know, super thick. And you see how she's mixing all this in with a spatula as opposed to a whisk. When you mix in with a spatula, you don't have to manipulate the batter as much, and you don't have like that whisking motion. And by nature of a whisk, right, it's meant to break things up and really thicken and stiffen, you know, things. And so mixing with a spatula actually helps keep your trace reasonably, you know, fluid and, you know, long essentially, instead of mixing with a whisk, which is just going to help, you know, speed up and continue to thicken your batter. So there's a fun pro tip that I did not teach Georgia May. She just sort of figured this out on her own, which is cool. We've never had this conversation, but I think that's probably the reason why she's using the spatula over a whisk. So now she's going to separate the scent blend into the 3 containers there, and then she will do an in the pot swirl and get that all into the mold so she can put the rubber ducks on the top. And yeah, this is gonna be such a fun bar. I love the way her mind works with this stuff. She sent me, or she showed me 4 different options for some soap dough things, and they were all amazing. And the 2 that she ultimately ended up doing was, you know, the rubber ducks and then the bees. But she had 2 other options that were equally cool, and they had some flowers and, you know, whatever. And just the way that her mind works with all of this and how it all sort of comes together to form just something, you know, magical and perfect is great. And again, Georgia May got really into soap dough about a year ago or so, I suppose. And it was fun in the beginning. And then when she had to create, you know, in mass for, you know, lots and lots and lots of bars, it becomes less fun. And so I think this is a really cool medium for her, because she can do, you know, just a bar for the channel, and once they're gone, once the batches are gone, they're gone. She doesn't have to continue making them for, you know, a period of time. So I think she's enjoying it now. But this looks like a beautiful in the pot swirl. And now what she's going to do is, you know, just give it some swirls to give the batter some movement, and then she will pour that into the slab mold that she will be using to create essentially like the bathtub for the rubber ducks and their cute little bubbles, like they're taking a bubble bath, and that's just the cutest thing ever. And so yeah, there you go. That is a good in the pot swirl, and that batter still looks really nice. It is thickened up to basically the perfect consistency to be able to support the soap dough things on top. So that's good. She has a really successful soap experience all around with this. There's just nothing wrong with this pour. Nothing is standing out for me, nothing that I'm going to be concerned about. And I love her skewering and her doing of the things. It's very cute and good depth and texture and tone. She's very good. She's very good. I enjoy watching other people make soap. Like, this is fun. I teach you the things, and then I get to watch it being made, and I don't have to be the one that's, you know, stressing out, because in these things, it's, you know, you look at soap videos or whatever, and I think you would assume that everything is going great and awesome, and, you know, we're happy during this process, and we are happy because it is therapeutic and awesome, but also there's a bit of stress involved in it. Like, am I going to mess something up? Am I going to forget something? Am I going to not line up the ducks right, so we will end up with a beheaded duck? Now, that's an important part with this. So you see what she did with the hash marks on the liner itself. She measured that out so she could tell where to put the ducks, like how the bar is going to be cut. And so now she has a guide to go off of to help her put the ducks in the actual soaps themselves, to ensure that we do not have any beheaded ducks when we cut, because that would be awful. Really, it would be very sad. And the bubbles going on are a beautiful, nice touch. I really like the white there and how it adds a nice pop to all of it. Good contrast, and really adds some depth and dimension to the bathtub water underneath. And this is all good things. Like, this was a beautiful pour. She had a really good design, a really good vision with all of this, and she has executed it brilliantly. This is awesome. And again, I enjoy watching the awesome just as much as I enjoy, you know, making the awesome. Now, this will go into the oven, and it will be spritzed and covered and C-popped, and because we want to keep the colors nice and bright in the, you know, the soap batter underneath and the actual slab itself. And we will be able to cut it tomorrow and look at all of the individual little ducks and their individual little soaps, really. I mean, you know what it's gonna look like, basically, because there it is right there, but you don't see it cut up yet. So let's go to day 2 and do the cutting up. Okay, on to the cut. Look how blue that turned out. It's so pretty. That's such a nice blue. I really love that. Now, one of the blues that she used, it looked like it was going gray. in the you know, the wet and the fresh soap batter, right? But that particular mica, it is a little bit misleading. It has some purple tones to it. And purples, they always end up looking, anything with purple tone, they always end up looking gray in your fresh soap batter. But as they cure and really come into their own, they end up looking, you know, kind of like they're supposed to. So that's good. And I am just going to cut this into, you know, 6 slices, and then we'll cut those slices in half and show all of the cute ducks in their various, you know, forms of bubble bathing, and that is going to be awesome. Really. Now I am doing this cut because, you know, I mean, I've done a lot of slab cuts at this point, so I am, you know, reasonably good at it. But Georgia May, she, you know, you created the thing, you did such a good job, and she doesn't feel comfortable, you know, cutting the slab. And so, yeah, no, I'm here to help. I'm here to do the thing, because that would be an extra stressor after you've created this awesome, you know, artistic piece. Oh gosh, am I going to mess it up by making the cuts, you know, wrong or whatever? So yeah, I'm here, but I can do the cuts. I contributed nothing else to this video except for the cutting, so it's the least I can do for this beautiful artistry. And yeah, so hand cut, again, you can absolutely not hand cut these things. There are absolutely slab cutters out there, and I actually did ask Mr. Soap and Clay to make me one, and I'm pretty sure he did, but I have still left it in the garage. I've forgotten to bring it to the shop, so I'll get on that, because it turns out we're actually making more slabs than I usually do right now. We're in a phase, and I think all soap makers go through various phases of things where they really want to focus on one type of pour, or, you know, one design or one technique, or even using one type of mold for a while, and then they get sick of it and don't look at them ever again. But look at that. You should look at that all of the time, because that's the cutest thing ever. Look, it's a little rubber ducky taking a bath. That is adorable. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. Now, the way that she set up the ducks, right, they're all going to be in sort of different places in their own little individual bars, and that's cool, because it adds some cool interest to, like, this is a custom batch. No 2 soaps are going to be the same, and that's beautiful. I love everything about that. So yeah, no, everything about this bar is really great. The actual texture of the bar, everything is good. It is a well-formed bar of soap. The recipe blend, the oil blend, was just completely on point. The same with the, you know, the lye water and everything. And the scent is amazing. It's really very good. She knocked it out of the park with this scent blend. This was a good combination. And yeah, it's perfect. Like, the ducks are so cute, and the soap dough is awesome, and it's, the detail that goes into this bar, it's absolutely ridiculous, right? It's just the cutest thing ever. Look at that duck. Oh my god. Yeah, no, she's so good at what she does. And I am glad that, you know, she exists in my life, and, you know, not in anyone else's, because, you know, my employees are the best in the world. And there's a Day 75, the rubber duck soaps made by Georgia May, and they are absolutely perfect. Just the cutest thing in the world, like, ever, right? I know, it's just ridiculous how adorable those little soaps were. And the scent blend that she picked for that was actually spot on too. Everything about that was absolutely delightful. I loved watching her creation process. I loved watching the finished cut. It was great. She did a really good job with these guys. And if you think that she did a good job and you're interested in one of these bars, you can get them on the website. They're at soapandclay.com, and they are available for a limited time. So once the batches that Georgia May made are gone, they're gone. If you're interested in following me on social media, yeah, you can do the things. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And if you're interested in more soapy antics, stick around, subscribe to the channel, because we're doing this every single day. We do still have a soapy giveaway going on, so as soon as we hit 500 subs, we're going to announce a winner of, like, this giant box that has over $500 worth of product in it, and my products are cheap, so that's a lot of swag. So yeah, subscribe, because you can't win the thing unless you're subscribed. Anyway, that will basically do it for me today. I again thank you for joining me for another round of 365 Days of Soap, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.